Watch and learn how I turn this into this. Jumping into this drop fade, we're going to start with our bar guideline. We doing like a mid drop fade, so I'm going to start it in the middle of the C cup because we want to leave a little bit so we can line it up in the end. A drop fade is simply a fade that drops in the back, so I'm going to set this guideline and drop it in the back below his occipital bone, which is that little knot in the back of everybody's head. You can feel it if you want to. Next, I'm going to take my clipper and open it all the way up, and I'm going to go up about 1 inch to lock in my next guideline. With any haircut, you always want to make each guideline in the same shape as the original bar guideline. This is going to give your haircut structure, your flow, and it's just going to make everything clean. Now we got to take out that bottom guideline. If you watched any other tutorials, you probably heard of the term flick out. I don't necessarily flick out. I just use a technique called down fading. So basically, I start with my clipper halfway open and I go up about 3/4 of the width of the guideline. From there, I drop to about 1/4 till closed. Then I go up about half of the guideline, and then I drop all the way closed, and then I just knock out that bottom line fully. If you have any trouble adjusting your lever to the positions I do, I heavily recommend getting some clippers that have a notch lever system. Most clippers have them nowadays. It's like the new thing, new wave. So any Babyliss, I know JRLs have them, Stylecraft, any type of clipper that has a notch lever system, they'll be perfect for you. The higher I go in my fading, the more I'm gonna open up my clipper. Basically, I mean, the closer that I go to the bulk at the top of that line, the more I open up my clipper. The more I'm to the bottom where it's bald, I can close it a little more. Now that guideline is pretty much faded out, I'm gonna start my down fading system. So I'm gonna start my number 2 all the way open, and I'm gonna go up as high as I want this fade to end. This is marking my end point for the fade. This is how far I can go up. This is basically showing me the finish line of what this fade is gonna turn out to. From there, I'm gonna close my clipper and I'm gonna go up just beneath where I just was with the lever open. Now I'm gonna take my 1.5 guard and open it all the way up, and I'm gonna repeat that same process, going just below that 2 closed, and I'm gonna work my way all the way down, all the way until this 1.5 is closed. Now I'm all the way closed, and as you can see, that middle line is just getting lighter and lighter. This is part of the reason why I love down fading, because you can kind of see the way the fade comes together real easy, and it's kind of impossible to mess up. Now I'm gonna take my 1 guard and do the same thing. Y'all know the drill. Start with the same process. Take it all the way open, go up just below that 1.5 closed, and then gradually work your way down until the 1 guard is closed. This is almost gonna take out that middle guideline, but it's not going to fully. Notice how I have my hand on the top of his head, stretching the skin on the side of his head. This makes the haircut smoother. It also makes my clippers glide better on the head, and it feels like the haircut's a little better while the hair is stretched out. As you can see now, the scalp is kind of moving, so if you stretch it tight, it just makes everything easier. Now we finally down to the half guard. I'm gonna go through the same process, start open, work my way close, and this is hypothetically supposed to take the middle guideline out, but sometimes it doesn't always take it out, so you have to take the clipper open and just use your corner work to get it out, but yeah, you'll see. Make sure to be real consistent with your comb, because as you're fading, the hair is going to roll up, it's going to lay differently. So every time that you make a move with your clipper, plan on making one with your comb as well. A comb or brush or anything that you're using to lay the hair down. Right here, I didn't like that bulk at the top, so I switched to my 1.5 guard again, lifted it all the way open, and then I just hit the top of that to soften it up and make the fade look a little better. After you went through all of the steps and you pretty much got the fade in there, now it's time to take the fade to the next level by putting in detail work. Detail work is where you repeat steps, you go back through them. If you see any spots that you could touch up, this is the time where you get in your bag and you really get into those nooks and crannies. Like I said earlier about the middle guideline, usually I will take off the guard completely and just open my clipper all the way and just use my corners to hit any little dark spots that I see. This technique works real well, but it's kind of hard if you don't really have a trained eye to notice the dark spots. Also, this technique right here is called raking. This is another form of laying the hair down. It's kind of used as a comb, but it also brings all of the hair to the desired length. But you have to know your clippers and you have to know the length of the hair well enough to implement it. If you made it this far in the video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and like this video. I mean, I know I'm not the best barber in the world, but I plan to be. You know, I'm only 18 at the moment, so this is the parts of the journey that people don't talk about. Usually you only see the end and the results, but nobody really sees what it took to get there. So these are those moments, and I appreciate any support that anybody gives me. Going to the other side, I probably won't do too much talking on this side because it's basically the same thing as the previous one. So just sit back, relax, get you some popcorn, watch you some SpongeBob in the back, and yeah, enjoy. Now that I'm done with the fade on both sides, we're gonna knock the waves down. Usually this is something I would do first, but this time I decided not to. We usually take his waves down to a 1.5 halfway closed. So yeah, I'm combing the waves first just to lift them up off the scalp so that my clippers can just mow through them better. After I knock them down, I'm gonna do a light brush session. This is just to get the waves back laid down, make them pop. You'll see the way it looks at the end, but yeah, always comb before and then brush after. Notice how I'm running my clipper in the direction that he brushes his waves. If you don't do this, it will be easily gapped. It'll kind of look like a bald spot. So always follow the direction that your client brushes his hair in. Man, look at them waves after I hit him with that brush. You see him busting off the frame. See, I told you, after you knock the hair down, always brush after. It's gonna get all that extra hair out. It's gonna lay them waves down. It's gonna make everything look better. All you gotta do is brush after. Now we about to start his lineup. I hit him with some alcohol before. This is just some holding spray just so I can line him up without the hairs moving. I'm starting in the middle of his lineup, and then I'm gonna work my way to his left, my right. Basically, don't dig into his corners. You'll see me point to the side of his corner. As you see right there, he's real thin right there, but I'm not gonna dig into that. I'm gonna take him straight across. If you dig back into his corners, it's gonna grow back looking crazy, and it's not gonna be straight. So yeah, just keep it natural, make it straight. The lineup is, if not the most important, one of the most important parts of a haircut. It's what most clients care about. It's the first thing people see when they look at a haircut. So what you really want to do is get good at lineups, because you can fade all day, but if you can't make a straight line, then nobody wants to come get their haircut by you. Like I said, man, once again, if you've made it this far in the video, please do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe for me. You know, just show me some support, because this is part of the journey, and I want to take everybody that's here now with me when I'm on the top. So, yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be coming with a bunch more content like this here soon. If you like content like this, let me know in the comments. Other than that, yeah, I'm just going to let this thing ride out, enjoy the final product, and stay blessed.